After the last Universal stink bomb I had with Ratchet and Clank, I decided to kind of give up on the Universal movies. But that was not until I came across this. This is Halloween Kills, the next installment in the Halloween franchise, put out by Universal and directed by one David Gordon Green. Yes, but I have to say the box art is pretty boring. I mean, it's a close-up of the trademark Michael Myers' face, but on the back they could have used this as the box cover. I'm just saying, and this had a pretty interesting cast too, not just Jamie Lee Curtis coming back, but as well as Anthony Michael Hall and even the Disney legend Jim Cummings. So let's find out if this Halloween, if they really killed Michael Myers. Wait. It's April. Who cares? We're still gonna talk about Halloween Kills, so let's get into it. The film begins with Officer Hawkins being shot down and somebody screaming for help as he's trying to help him after he'd been either stabbed or shot in the neck. It's never fully explained or answered. And the film takes off by going into a flashback to the year of 1978. Trying to make references to the movie as best as they can and as much as they can, Halloween just takes place upon, well, doing a lot of flashbacks as well telling the story of Michael Myers that most people might not know from the original film up until now. We then cut to a bar in Halloween of 2018. Well, there's probably a good reason for that, as they're just at the bar trying to enjoy themselves and making it as magical as they can, because they're trying to realize that maybe the end of the terror of Michael Myers is over, and sadly, they're mistaken. But this is a sequel to the original film, which after Laurie Strode had been shot, her daughter and her granddaughter are rushing her to the hospital to be treated on as she wants the house to burn, and sadly, the fire department shows up like any good fire department should do. Thumbs up to the local fire department. However, through the fires and the flame emerges Michael Myers as he ends up killing all the fire department with unique weaponry. Yeah, they really should have saw this fucking coming. I mean, come on, you guys are in a horror film. You should at least be horrified. And from this point on, Myers just goes into a killing spree without any simple mind or reason. He just wants to end up going on a killing spree. I admit some people could maybe make a theory that he's just a killer and that's what he does best, but to put yourself in the mind of a serial killer that just wants to kill for the hell of it is something that's not exactly original because it has been done before. I was expecting it to carry on from the original, but I digress because it certainly doesn't do that. Because Michael has been like a wolf in this sort of movie. He's going from kill to kill to kill to kill to fucking kill after fucking kill. This dude is a goddamn killing machine and nobody can track him down. We cut to Tommy, played by Anthony Michael Hall, who wants revenge upon Michael Myers for the night back in 1963 when Myers almost killed him. That's kind of the whole purpose of this movie, by the way, revenge. But probably my favorite scene from the movie is, well, just at the hospital, when everybody goes apeshit over trying to kill Michael Myers and realizing the guy that they're chasing is not him. To make the question of a point from Anthony Michael Hall later on, how do we know it's not him? He wears a mask. Which is pretty true because Myers doesn't want to see his real face for his own reason. But the officer admits that it's kind of his fault for the reason that Michael's going on a killing rampage. Yeah, the officer admits that from the original film that he could have done something to kill Myers, but he blames himself for accidentally shooting his partner while being in the line of duty. But the thing is, he shouldn't blame himself because, simply put, he was just being a good damn cop. He was just trying to do his job. But then when Donald Pleasant's character was going to kill him, he prevented him from doing so. Why? Who knows? Maybe he thought Michael Myers was still innocent somewhere deep down inside. The inmate that they were chasing ends up killing himself, which ends up to a line said by one of the officers saying that Michael had turned us into the monsters. Meaning that, yeah, Michael's trick of fearing them worked. He's now put enough fear into them where they will turn against each other and end up wanting killing each other. Which is one of my favorite parts from the movie, definitely. But does it have a good ending? Well, not really. The ending, of course, is at the Myers house because Michael is drawn to it by some weird reason. And of course, it ends up with a final standout between Michael Myers. But it doesn't end the way that you think it does, at least at first. Which leads us to the infamous scene from this movie, Michael Myers Unmask. Yeah, this was a big selling point from it, and there was actually a dozen clips on YouTube about it, being that Myers was finally unmasked. But to me, I can't point out who Michael Myers' actor is. Maybe somebody can tell me. But to me, it kind of looks like Kane Hodder, the same actor that played Jason Voorhees for a number of times. I can't tell. Maybe it is the original actor, but I just really wanted to find out, and the credits do not point it out. The ending of the film has everybody come and beat the crap out of Michael Myers outside of his own home, including with his granddaughter, Laurie's daughter, ends up stabbing him right in the neck. But does that kill Mr. Myers? Oh, fucking course not. Because similar to an anime hero, he gets a second wind and he just goes on an all-out killing spree. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you never fuck with Michael Myers. Laurie Strode making a point that Michael can't die, the more pain that he inflicts, he just becomes a higher patient of power. And that kinda makes sense, but that's kind of weak to put out too. After Michael killed Laurie's daughter, guess what ends up happening? Just take a wild guess. Are you ready for it? Okay, here we go. The film goes on Laurie, then goes on Michael, and then finally, it just ends. Yeah, that's it. So it just ended up being a sequel to something? We will never know. If you are a fan of the original Halloween series, then you actually might get some enjoyment out of here. If you're a die-hard gore fan, there is plenty of that too. And also there are some nice nods and Easter eggs to the other Halloween films, though I won't spoil them for everybody else. So is Halloween a good movie? Yes, and again, no. The yes part is that it kind of fills out on the Halloween name and it is in the spirit of Michael Myers, but however, aside from the revenge plot from Tommy, played by Anthony Michael Hall again, this scene is just its own scene, and it's kinda weird, and to say the least. It's just a film about revenge and getting revenge against he who killed us all, so it's kinda lets slack on that part aspect. I still like it, but I can't say it's one of my favorite films exactly because of a piss poor story followed by kind of a, needless to say, piss poor acting lesson. But hey, at least it got the infamous Jim Cummings. Yes, Jim Cummings is a puppeteer. Anyways, play me out, Jim. Hey everyone, thanks for watching my review of Halloween Kills. If you want to check out some more reviews, I have plenty more up on Lazy Cinema that you guys